I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. You know, one of the things I love about my work with the MeidasTouch Network is the podcast I do with Michael Cohen, Political Beatdown. Y'all probably know how much fun I have doing this podcast, and Cohen's just so great to work with. I want to show you this clip from the podcast I did with Michael Cohen, though, where he shared a very, very, very interesting theory. And he says, look, this is only a theory that I have. I don't have the facts for this one. And I like that Cohen says, look, here's what I have the facts for. Here is what my suspicion is. But one of the things that Cohen believes is that Jared Kushner could have flipped on Donald Trump and may be the source of information that the FBI and the DOJ is relying on. And Kushner's trying to avoid his own legal problems with his deal that he cut with the Saudi government and other likely criminal conduct that Kushner may have engaged in. And so it is possible that Kushner would cut the deal with the feds, with the DOJ, and provide information about the whereabouts of certain things in Mar-a-Lago and a roadmap, if you will, for prosecuting Donald Trump. Well, what do you think about this theory? Well, there's absolutely no loyalty that someone like Jared Kushner or anyone associated with the Trumps have, so it wouldn't surprise me or shock me in any way. Regardless of whether or not Kushner is cooperating, there needs to be hearings on Kushner's deals with the Saudis and with foreign governments and how he used his position of power here in America to gain personal advantages and to get bailed out of his own impending bankruptcies back during when Trump was in office. But anyway, here is Cohen sharing his theory. Play the clip. So tell me about your theory on Kushner that we talked about before the break. It's a good one.
So yeah, and it makes perfect sense if you think about it. I mean, how many people there out here right now have a safe in their home, right? And if you do, it's not like all your friends know that you have a safe or your employees know that you have a safe. Who knows that you have a safe? Well, usually it's your kids, your spouse, and so on. It's your immediate inner circle and family. So the fact that they knew not just that there was stuff in a safe, but on top of it, was in a locked drawer, it was at the top drawer. And look, let me be very clear about this. Mar-a-Lago is, there's like 100 rooms there. How did they know exactly where to go? How did they know exact location of these top secret documents that were in more than one place? And the answer is somebody with knowledge had to tell them. And that knowledge had to be so specific that the FBI got the warrant executed. They got, which is not an easy thing to do when it's especially a former president. And by the way, everybody on the press, when they start saying, that they raided or the FBI showed up at Donald Trump's home, I want to be very clear. It is not his home. It is a social club that people pay a lot of money to be social members of. So the fact that they knew exactly where these documents were leads me to believe it could only be somebody who's an insider. And how many insiders do you think are spending any real time over at Mar-a-Lago other than family? All right. It's got to be less than a half dozen people. And to me, the fact that Jared Kushner has not been put in front of a grand jury himself for the $2 billion to the Saudis, I would like to know what we as Americans gave, what we lost as America to give to Saudi Arabia for Jared Kushner to get a 2-20 deal on $2 billion from the Saudis, when even the Saudi Investment Authority Finance Committee told Mohammed bin Salman, we can't give him this money. He's not qualified to run this money, until MBS turned around and said, I don't give a shit, give it to him. Yeah, that's pretty tough. All right.
I think MBS bragged about it. MBS said in real time, he said, I have Jared Kushner in my pocket. And he also said, Jared Kushner gave me the enemies list. And then he executed people in Saudi Arabia who were American agents. And he was talking about it publicly and bragging that he had Kushner in his pocket. I'll give you one, though, to add to your Kushner theory, or perhaps an Ivanka theory. So you may recall as well that New York Attorney General Letitia James got the injunctive order for a financial monitor over all of Trump's entities and over all of his adult children. However, there was a carve-out deal that was given just to Ivanka to remove her from the injunction. So she's not governed by the financial monitor that's currently before the Manhattan judge there that's overseeing that case. So there is that aspect. How did she get that deal? Because let's face it, New York Attorney General Letitia James isn't playing around. But before we get to, because I definitely want to talk about.
Well, Ben, please, you have to add to the fact that there was reporting, and I want people to Google this as well. You know, that's the one thing you're going to always get here on the Beatdown. You get facts. There's no innuendo. There's no bullshit. There's no opinion. We give you facts. And if you Google it right now, and I want to make sure that I'm right about the money because I don't have the ability right now to Google it, but according to reports, Jared and Ivanka pulled down like close to $600 million over the 4 years that they were senior advisors to Donald. All right. That's a shit ton of money. And I'm curious to know from where? From where did they? 600 million. Well, I don't know. All I know is something's wrong. I don't know what it is, but I feel it in my bones that something is definitely wrong here. Nobody pulls down while working as a senior advisor to the president 600 million unless you got a lot of monkey business going on. And the fact that they have not been indicted, that there's no legitimate investigation going on right now against Javanka for all of this bullshit leads me to believe. And again, this is my opinion now, right? So I am going a little off script on no innuendo, but it is my opinion. It makes sense to me that they're being protected.
All right. So what do you think? Do you agree with Cohen? Do you think that that is a possibility? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. So make sure you leave a comment and let me know what you think. Also, make sure you subscribe to Political Beatdown wherever you get your audio. Just search Political Beatdown wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure you subscribe to the MeidasTouch channel as well. Just hit subscribe. It's free to do both of those things. So search Political Beatdown, subscribe there for free, and subscribe here on our YouTube channel for free. Until next time, I'm Ben Meiselas.
At MeidasTouch, we are unapologetically pro-democracy, and we demand justice and accountability. That's why we're spreading our message to Convict 45. That's right, gear up right now with your Convict 45 tees and pins at store.meidastouch.com. That's store.meidastouch.com.